India sealed 2-0 sweep. Rahul and Kuldeep lead Gill's first series win. India have done it again. Another home series, another ruthless result. But beneath the familiar triumph lay the story of a side finding its new rhythm under a new leader. On a crispy day morning, Shubman Gill's men completed a 7-wicket victory over the West Indies, sealing a 2-0 series sweep that marks Gill's first series win as captain, and perhaps the dawn of another chapter in India's red ball journey. The final day began quietly, but finished with India roaring once more atop their fortress. Needing just 58 runs to win, the hosts took just over an hour to reach the target of 121, anchored by KL Rahul's unbeaten 58. His second 50 of the series to go with a century in the first test. When Rahul punched the winning runs through cover, India celebrated their 10th consecutive test win against the West Indies and their 122nd test victory overall, moving past South Africa to third in the all-time list. A morning of composure and control. The final day wasn't dramatic, but it was clinical. India began at 63 for 1, and though they lost beside Sudarshan and Shubman Gill along the way, there was never any real doubt. Sudarshan, who had played in a short 87 in the first innings, drove loosely and edged the slip, a reminder that test consistency is earned in inches, not highlights. Gill, eager to finish the job with flair, struck a sitting in a 4-off Roston chase before skying one in his haste. It was left to Rahul alongside Drew Jurrell to steer the ship home in his calm, unhurried manner, a hallmark of India's new balance between aggression and poise. Rahul's redemption arc. For years, KL Rahul has been a lightning rod for debate, a player of immense talent yet uneven returns. This series, though, he batted with clarity. His 192 runs at 64.0 spoke of a man not fighting his demons, but dancing with them. In Delhi, his 50 was a masterclass in restraint. 2 sixes, one a straight loft off Crepier, the other a graceful slog sweep against Warwick, were the only flashes of extravagance in an otherwise measured knock. Rahul now looked settled as a team senior anchor in a batting lineup transitioning toward youth. Jaiswal, Gill, and the promise of tomorrow. If Rahul represented steadiness, your Shastri Jaiswal and Shubman Gill embodied the exuberance of India's next generation. Jaiswal's first innings 175 was a continuation of his golden run, a mix of audacity and application. Gill's 129, meanwhile, was more symbolic. His first century as captain scored with the composure of a leader learning to command not just his bat, but his men. Together they set the tone. Aggressive, attacking, and intent on dominating sessions rather than surviving them. India's 5-18 for 5 declared was a declaration not just of runs, but of intent. Kuldeep magic and Boomerang's bite. If the batters built the foundation, the bowlers sealed the win. Kuldeep Yadav, with 12 wickets in the series, was India's standout weapon. His guile, loop, and subtle change of pace repeatedly undid West Indian resistance. In the first innings, he spun through them with 5 for 82, but his real triumph was in the second. A weary pitch, a long grind, and still his ability to extract drift and dip. Alongside him, Jasper Bumrah's 3 for 44 in the second innings was a lesson in persistence, hammering the same length until even the patient John Campbell, 115, and Shy Hope, 103, succumbed. The West Indies, defiant yet distant. For a team still rebuilding, the West Indies showed heart. Campbell's maiden test century and Hope's first 108 years were bright bursts of pride amid the toil. Their second innings total of 390 and a 79-run last-wicket stand showed gritting glimpses of the old Caribbean defiance. But India's superiority at home remains absolute. The visitors spent 200 consecutive overs in the field after being asked to follow on. A feat of endurance, but also a reflection of India's iron grip. Gill's growing pains and promise. Shubman Gill's decision to enforce the follow-on would invite debate. India's bowlers spent nearly 2 full days on the field, and the fatigue was evident. Yet it was a gamble made in the pursuit of dominance, the mindset of a young leader unwilling to settle for attrition. Gill's captaincy, still fresh and occasionally experimental, has the makings of something special. He listens, he learns, and crucially, he leads from the front. For a man who drew his first series as captain 2-2 in England, this 2-0 sweep at home is more than just a win, it's validation. The road ahead. With this victory, India rises 61.9% on the WTC points table, remaining third but within striking distance of the top. The mix of youth and experience, Jaiswal, Gill, Rahul, Kuldeep, and Bumrah, gives them both stability and spark. But as they look ahead to tougher tours, the focus will shift from dominance at home to adaptability abroad. Gill's next test will be in conditions that demand tactical evolution, and this win provides the perfect launch pad. Verdict: a team in transition, a dynasty in motion. India's win over the West Indies was not just about scorecards, it was about statements. It was about Rahul's quiet authority, Kuldeep's reinvention, Jaiswal's hunger, and Gill's emerging leadership. It was about a side that refuses to rest on reputation, determined instead to rebuild its legacy with precision and purpose. 10 wins in a row against the same opponent can feel routine, but this one didn't. It felt like the start of something new. Because this wasn't India just winning at home. This was India reimagined.
And every heartbeat feel the roar. With bat and ball, we're legends born. Colors bright, the picture light. For India we'll always fight. From Delhi to the coastlines wide, the cheers are loud like ocean's tide. Every swing of hopes we chase, victory shines on every face. Shalva India rising high, underneath the painted sky. With every chant the spirit soar, creating hearts forevermore. Spinning dreams like stars at night, swinging beams pure dynamite. Feel the blazing glory's flame, every playing of a name. Unity in every crowd, voices strong and spirits proud. Together we ignite the spark, guided by